All right, I went to two places today in Portland, and I can tell you, promise you, guarantee you that one of them is not worth it. I've heard for years that Portland, Maine is the best culinary spot in all of New England, so I drove up an hour 20 from Boston to try two of the most popular lobster rolls in all of Portland, Maine. Let's go to work. What's up, people? Welcome back to the channel where I share my passion for food and travel. I'm a Bostonian that traveled up to the other part of New England, the alleged best food city in all of New England, which I find to be a little hilarious because I'm from Boston. But of course, when I start this journey, I'm going to come up here multiple times. I'm starting with the very best food that you got and you are known for, your lobster. Not lobster dinner. I'm coming up here for lobster rolls first. And I'm going to hit a place that is infamous. It started in New York City, but they put one here where they can obviously get the best and the most fresh lobster possible. Luke's Lobster. I'm pumped. It smells like delicious seafood around here. I'm at the wharf. A lot of great restaurants and legendary restaurants are here. I don't know where Portland gets the balls to charge me $28 for a couple of hours to park there, but that's how much I paid at this parking. That's right near Luke's Lobster. You were right on the wharf. You could check out all the boats, the smell of the ocean, all the buoys lined up. Really get the feel of being in New England, especially for you people who aren't from here. You could check out the fishermen working. I know a lot of you are going to get a kick out of that. At Luke's Lobster, you got to walk around the dock. There's a little ramp there you can walk down, stand there on the dock and enjoy the view. An amazing setting at Luke's Lobster in Portland, Maine. Another thing I know all of you are going to get a kick out of is not just the view at this place, and it has an amazing outdoor patio to eat at, but you're going to enjoy all the lobsters you're going to see right in front of you that you're going to eat later. How do you not like seafood? It's the best. It's the only food that you don't have to season the shit out of. Down in the South, in New Orleans, they Cajun the shit. In Maryland, they Cajun the shit out of seafood, which is the complete wrong way to do it. But they do that because they don't have the very best seafood in the world that we have here in New England. I say Boston, Maine says Maine. We're going to find out. That's why I'm pumped. I'm excited for this. We're going to see if you can put your money where your mouth is, Portland. And if you do beat Boston in certain areas, you're not going to beat us in everything. I will admit it, because I'm the real. My advice to all of you would be this. Make sure you have a plan before you go to a seafood restaurant, or else you're going to be staring at the menu forever. I went with the white truffle lobster roll with 6 ounces. Got to get a summer ale beer, of course. Look at how delicious. Look how succulent that lobster meat is. Love having potato chips. Love having a pickle spare. Perfect lunch combination. I have to admit, I was pleasantly surprised at how good this lobster roll was, because Luke's Lobster is now pretty much in every major city. It's become a chain, and we all know what happens when a place becomes a chain. It falls off. But Luke's Lobster, to me now, at least, is considered to be more like a Capital Grille type chain. They still care about the quality of food. Luke started his thing in New York, but he was picking the lobster fresh here. Look how succulent, fresh, and amazing that lobster is. You true foodies can just look at that and know what I'm talking about. I made sure I came to this place on a time of day it wasn't busy. Gabby was my waitress. She was absolutely phenomenal. The service here was incredible. I love how this bun was perfectly buttered toasted. I love how it gave you enough meat for a lunch. I want the option, though, to be able to have more lobster meat. I would like to see that in the future for Luke's Lobster. Absolutely phenomenal, though. Well, just leaving Luke's Lobster, I have to say it was absolutely delicious. What I don't like about the white truffle butter is it definitely was a little bit too strong. It was overpowering what I want to taste, which is the lobster, guys. If the lobster's good enough, I don't need any spice. I don't need any gimmicks. I just did it because, to be honest with you, I fell for what everybody does today, the trendy stuff. Truffle is the most trendy thing right now going. I fell for it. I did what everybody else did. I gotta get the truffle. I like truffle, it's okay, but it's too overpowering with something like a lobster roll. You don't need any spice with any great seafood, especially the freshest of seafood. I would definitely come back here. Absolutely. It was tremendous. It was a great lunch spot. Looked like it could be a good supper spot too. They had some fried seafood options. Didn't really look at the rest of the menu because I was here to do a lobster roll. On to the next one. You are 2 for 2, Portland. I went to Duck Fat, went to Luke's. Both of them were solid. They were definitely both spots I would return to. You were almost impressing me. This is such a beautiful city. I really never had a chance to explore it. I went to a lot of parts of Maine. I would go to York Beach, Old Orchard Beach, but I don't come here enough. That's gonna change because you're 2 for 2 with food and you're a beautiful city. I like to come down here and get a little drunk and rage with a couple buddies. All right, on this channel we deal with heavyweights. We don't deal with the bottom feeders. Nope, we deal with heavyweights. And today we have the biggest heavyweight, the most popular lobster roll in Portland, Maine. I don't know if I can say Maine because Reds Eats might have something to say about that. But the most popular lobster roll in Portland, Maine, to the point that Boston had to put one near Fenway. They grabbed one, they stole it, they put it near Fenway. Eventide Oysters. Eventide is supposed to be the best lobster roll. It's very unique. It goes on a Chinese themed bun and it looks delicious. So let's give it a shot. Well, this place definitely looked like it had enough seating outdoors. I like the setup. The indoors, they had more than enough seating. It wasn't busy because of the time of day that I went. They had a nice selection, especially of local oysters. But I came here with a plan. I came here to try their clam chowder. I saw a couple of videos on it, and it looked delicious. Old school, salt pork, the way it's supposed to be done. And, of course, we're here for their infamous lobster roll. The clam chowder looked like it was an Asian fusion type deal that they're mixing in a little Asian influence. The potatoes were cut very small. I'd never seen that with a clam chowder. I did enjoy that texture though. It worked. And when I was sucking down a couple of the whole clams, I was getting excited just to find out that there were only 2 clams in the entire bowl of chowder. The broth was absolutely thin, which is how I want it. It's old school. I don't want chowder thick. I want it thin like this. The chowder's a decent taste. Didn't have enough clams. Here's the infamous lobster roll. Never looked enticing to me whatsoever. Cooked in brown butter, Chinese themed bun, but I'm here to give it a chance because everybody says it was the best. I took my first bite. It was really weird texture-wise, probably because I'm just not used to it. Kept going on, giving it a shot. Lo and behold, I find a cracked lobster shell inside the sandwich I was eating. Does this happen? It's never happened to me before. I could have been an asshole and tried to get free things like a lot of assholes would do. That's not my style. No harm, no foul, except for the bill. To be honest with you, I wouldn't pay $15 for that meal. The lobster roll with the Chinese steamed bun does not work. Texture is off on the bite. The brown butter just absolutely takes over what would be or should be some flavor from the lobster, which just doesn't exist. Absolutely disappointed with that place. I don't think it's good at all. The clam chowder they gave me was decent tasting broth, but they put steamer clams in there, which is really cheap, and they only had 2 clams of the entire friggin' chowder. Crackers were the consistency of a graham cracker. Way too thick for a chowder. Guys, let the seafood do the talking. This isn't Maryland, this isn't New Orleans. We don't have to Cajun up the shit out of our seafood. That's not who we are, we're New England. The seafood does the talking because we have the best in the entire world. I've been to Portugal, I've been to Italy. They don't come close to our seafood. Nobody does. So stop Cajuning, stop seasoning, over seasoning your seafood. Let the seafood do the talking. That lobster roll was disgraceful. 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 Absolutely motherfucking disgraceful. Disgusted by that lobster roll. How the hell do you even call that a lobster roll? I'm not even talking about because they tried to chef it up. That's good stuff. That's why I tried it. but that bite does not belong on a fucking lobster roll. That Chinese steamed bun, get that shit out of here. And did you see the size of the amount of lobster they put on that roll? What was it, 2 ounces, if that? All I tasted was brown butter and the steamed roll. That's all I tasted. I'm gonna tell every single one of you who are listening, who are foodies, who know what to do not waste your hard-earned money there like I just did. Do not go to Eventide. Now I know I don't have to go to Eventide on Fenway. Bravo, thank you. And it's nice to know, Portland, that you're not 3 out of 3, you're 2 out of 3. Duck Fat and Luke's Lobster, definitely go to Eventide. You're the drizzling shits. That's it, I'm done.